Hi everyone, I'm Pastor Sheryl and I'm really glad to be back with you today on Kids Time. Hello to Braden and Blake and Sophie and Eleanor and Annabelle. Hi to Rory, hi to Mero and Cormac and Marlon. Hi to Grace and Jacob and Garrett. Hi Mason, Maddox and Lincoln. Hi to our older kids, Mary and Darby and Sophie and Sadie and Aiden. Hello Logan. Hello Jonah, Colin and Bryn. And if there are others who are watching, please let me know so I can say hi to you too. We begin as we always do by lighting our candle. We light this candle because Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." Jesus also promised that wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he will be there. So Jesus is here with us right now as we talk together today. Let's start by singing a couple of songs with Sherry. How about He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, or I Just Want to Be a Sheep, or maybe both? We'll let Sherry surprise you.
2, 3, 4. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the little bitty babies in his hands. He's got the little bitty babies in his hands. He's got the little bitty babies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Mommies and daddies. He's got the mommies and the daddies in his hands. He's got the mommies and the daddies in his hands. He's got the mommies and the daddies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got brothers and sisters in his hands. He's got brothers and sisters in his hands. He's got brothers and sisters in his hands. He's got the whole world 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 in his hands. Two wide worlds. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. I just wanna be a sheep. Just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. I don't wanna be a goat, no. I don't wanna be a goat, no. They haven't got hope, no. I don't wanna be a goat, no. I just wanna be a sheep. I just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. No, I just wanna be a child of God. I just wanna be a child of God. Walk the same path He trod. I just wanna be a child of God. I just wanna be a sheep. I just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. Don't wanna be a hypocrite. Don't wanna be a hypocrite. 'Cause I'm not hypocrite. I don't wanna be a hypocrite. I just wanna be a sheep. I just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. Just wanna be a sheep. Just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. Just wanna be a sheep. I just wanna be a sheep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep. I
on Sunday at our outdoor Sunday school. Thanks for doing such a great job distancing and wearing masks. We had a really good morning, and then we got to do drive-in worship. I hope we can do that again before it gets too cold. On Sunday, we talked about our new theme for this year. A theme is the words we're going to be talking about and learning about. I wonder if any of you know what that theme is. Here is a hint. A great big gift. Why would I have a big gift at church today? Well, let's see if there's a tag on the gift. There is. What does it say? To everyone from God. We are talking about grace. You might see my sign right here, Amazing Grace. Now, grace is a name, so you might think that this gift is to grace from God. But that's not it, because it says to everyone from God. You might remember that we talked about grace if you were here on Sunday. We decided that a gift, a present, can remind us of grace. We don't get presents or gifts because we earn them or deserve them. They're just given to us. They aren't prizes like we get for winning a race or a game. A present just is. Grace is a gift. A big gift of God's love and forgiveness, God's beautiful world, and even more. You can't really wrap those things up. You can't taste them or touch them or feel them, but you can feel them in your heart and in your mind. Grace is about God loving us so much, no matter what, and God choosing all of us as God's children through baptism. A wrapped up present is a really great way to remember grace. Grace is a gift. We don't have to do anything to get it. God's love and forgiveness, God's world, even our lives are a gift. I think God's grace must be really, really, really big. One of our teachers brought a scale on Sunday. You know, like you stand on to see how much you weigh. I said, why a scale? And she said, scales are about how much and how big. And I thought, wow, another great idea. A scale can remind us that God's grace is always bigger, always greater than our sin, bigger than the mistakes we make. God's grace is bigger than any hurt or trouble we have, or things that we try or do or say that might be wrong. Our God is a God of grace, and grace is big. What is grace? Free, unearned, undeserved love and forgiveness of God. God's grace is really, truly endless. Grace comes from God's goodness, and God's goodness never ends. God's grace is bigger than anything. God's grace is bigger than forever. Let's say that together. 1, 2, 3. God's grace is bigger than forever. If you have a student pack at home, you have the materials to make a little present and write a tag that says, to Meryl or to Sherry from God. And set your present somewhere that it will remind you of God's gift of grace. And if you don't have a student pack, just wrap up a little empty box to look like a present and write, to Hannah from God, and let it remind you that God's gift of grace is amazing. Now let's sing about God's grace. Sherry has a great song to teach you, or maybe some of you already know it. Fill my cup.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, sweet the
And now watch the light. The light is not gone. It is changed. See how it spreads out and fills the room? It goes out, reminding us that when we go out, God goes with us, and that we are called to go out and share the good news of Jesus. Now I say, go in peace and serve the Lord, and you say, thanks be to God. Are you ready? Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God. Amen.